Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Shogun 2 Total War. Where last time, we demonstrated the power of naval supremacy, destroying 2 entire armies by simply sinking them to the bottom of the sea. And today, right, I think it's time for our armies to start advancing again. The Ikko Ikki, down 1 entire army, as I was just saying, are looking very bloody vulnerable. So next turn, it'll be spring, we could start moving in and dealing with that nonsense. And on top of that, Bison is looking pretty good, all things considered. The Hojo have sent more armies against us, but I think we could deal with them. And I suspect the Hojo armies are going to regret doing that because, yes, their economic heartlands are probably around here, because this is where the Hojo start, down in this bit of the world. So, if we just move in, take some of these territories, burn them down, steal all that money for ourselves, etc, etc. 1, that's lots of lovely free money for me, and 2, I suspect they will have no armies to defend them. And in fact, what they'll have to do is send armies marching halfway across the map to go back and take their own homelands back. So, okay, that works for me. And in particular, yeah, keep an eye out for Takeda fleets up north. It would appear that, yes, the Takeda are attempting to ship their armies towards us, rather than marching them in like the Hojo. So yeah, eyes open, do not let a single cocking Takeda boat get past us. Though I'll tell you what, the one advantage we've got here is, yeah, it's going to take the Takeda a while to rebuild a decent navy. They simply have far less provinces that have access to any form of port whatsoever. Mostly, they're inland. And possibly a couple of their ports are badly positioned over on the south coast of Japan. So, yeah, they're not natural navy builders. The Hojo are the real problem in that regard. Oh, and one more thing, which is a fun episode of Let's Talk All About the Things That John Got Wrong. Because, okay, for quite a while now, I have had a lovely bloody Metsuke just chilling out here in Ake. Which is very silly, because that guy is literally in range of Iwame, which has now finished constructing a giant gold mining complex. So, yeah, we should definitely be focusing on turning that place into more of an economic heartland for us. So, you, buddy, just mosey up there, and yeah, right now my income is 1,900 odd. Actually, I'm not sure whether that actually updates immediately. I think it doesn't. But yeah, you being up to 50% tax rate, so the income being 1,900, this was nowhere near as much. Like, that's probably another grand or something I've got coming in at this point. Also, we ought to do something about, yes, this here cocking ninja, because there is a very experienced ninja who's good at spying and assassination and all sorts of bits and pieces floating around inside my territory. And that could be a problem, so, you know what? Speaking of which, Metsukes are very good at dealing with ninjas, so, right, maybe we need to, yeah, send him round the corner to deal with that nonsense. Oh, and more good news from Shikoku, by the way, which is, yeah, last episode I actually took a bit of time to focus on the honour of my faction leader. He is now very honourable, in fact, so, as a result of that, yeah, many of the territories in Shikoku have calmed down quite a lot, meaning we can now take some of these troops and ship them somewhere a bit more useful. Oh yeah, that's most of a full stack army, ready to just move across the water and attack some nice undefended settlements floating around in this bit of the world. Lovely. Especially given, yeah, we've got our son and heir floating around right about here. And it's possible my daimyo could, like, you know, die of old age or be on a fleet that sinks or something before the end of this playthrough. So, you want to keep on keeping on, you know, take some troops and join it with that army, put something a bit nice and sexy together, my friends. Because, yeah, with those guys all joined up together, and a few more troops from Sanuke, fine. It's not exactly a spectacular army, given it's mostly Ashigaru rather than samurai, but it could still get the job done if we could just sneak it behind enemy lines. Still, keep on keeping on. Time to see if, yes, the flipping Hojo are thinking of doing a big joint attack against Bison, and never mind. They've decided to just go in with, like, one army, as opposed to two. You know what? I am a-okay with that. That is fine. Just to bear in mind, yeah, they are sending in a superior number of archers and also just better archers. 3 samurai archers and 3 units of, yeah, bow ashigaru. Now, those we don't need to worry about too much. In particular, yeah, if I could get my bows to be firing against their bow ashigaru, that would be ideal. Because then they will win. Against the samurai, not so much. And of particular note, there is... oh. There is both the daimyo and the daimyo's son and heir present. Now that's interesting. We could knock out a very big portion of their family right here. Oh, and hello, sexy. We're being joined by, yes, a very bloody special garrison unit here today. So, say hello to the Honor Bushi. I'm pretty sure this unit spawns in when you properly upgrade your central building. So, because we're in a nice stone castle, yes, you've decided to show up on this occasion. So, yes, we've got some lovely, heavily armoured hardcore ladies joining us during this fight. And yeah, basically their thing is, they are solid at dealing with anything. But they're not, like, you know, super specialised, so they're not going to be outperforming these super elite troops. But wherever I toss these ladies, they should do a pretty good job. And yeah, because you're a garrison unit, that means really you should be towards the front line. Because if a garrison unit gets wiped out, it just gets immediately replenished. You don't need to worry about that. So, yeah, these ladies ought to be right on the front line. But okay, beyond that, much as we've seen before, we just want a few units ready to hold the low ground. Archers will fire for as long as they can, then retreat up to tier 2. General, nice and close to this side of the field, because previously this is where we've seen the enemy deploying most of their troops, so let's assume they might do the same thing again. Guns up on the second tier, more guns on the second tier on this side. Samurai archers at the very front tier, so yeah, if anyone comes in and attacks, they'll be the ones under fire, which is fine, because they're the ones who've got a bit more armour, etc, etc. And then, yeah, what we'll do is have 1 unit of Dondobus cavalry just outside each of the gates. Because if it turns out they're dangerously positioned, we can just pull them inside, that'll be fine. If it turns out they're well positioned, at that point, yeah, we just send them out to cause some flipping trouble. And yeah, 1 spare unit here in case someone starts climbing these walls. So, right. Let's have a look, see what we've got, and okay. I think they have indeed decided to do as they've done in the past, which is, what precisely is this? A bow samurai, bow samurai, bow samurai. Okay. So, 3 units of samurai right there, against 1 bow samurai and 2 ashigaru archers, but with the benefit of wall defences. Question is, do I really want to be sending these guys in to assist? Because they are vulnerable to being shot by arrows, because these guys have got a very limited range. Arguably, they would be much more useful coming over here and causing some trouble for, yeah, lots of flipping melee units. That could be much, much better. Then we've got all of the generals over in this pocket of forest, as we've seen before. Bow ashigaru right there, so they'll be torn to shreds. That's a-okay. I think actually, yeah, what we're going to do is send you guys up to here, back onto this tier. You could just shoot anyone, but then again, actually, that would leave you maybe a bit on the trapped side. I'm just concerned they could send all 3 generals forward to try and hit this guy. So, I think, yeah, we'll pull you back. And then again, actually, you know what? I'm just going to pull you over here. Way out of the way, John. You'll forget he's there and he'll die. Just send him back into the city where he can, like, you know, shoot down at anything that climbs the walls. That will be a better idea, yes. This guy, however, we're going to be paying a bit of attention to, because you have got access to, yeah, a whole bunch of flipping samurai. And be careful, those are Yari samurai, meaning 1, they're anti-cavalry, and 2, they could just, like, you know, massively increase their speed. So, watch out, they might cause trouble for you. But yeah, just put yourselves into a good position over here, please. And then, oh yeah, I think you've decided to come and pay attention to me. So just draw up our position here. Beautiful. Just send them a little bit forward. In just a second, we stop. And we don't put them onto, like, you know, oh, hang on. Just wait, just wait, just wait. And... guys, there we go. Now you retreat. So, okay, they're mostly dead at this point, though we just lost, like, 13 of our guys. And they're flipping and wavering. Because, yes, sometimes it takes them a moment to take the shot. But we did way more damage to them, so that is A-okay. The point is, 3 of their units are now not walking towards the walls. So, as a result of that, oh, hang on, we've got ourselves, yes, you guys are just firing on our walls. You can also do that as well. Everybody just activate fire arrows, because, honestly, why not, to be honest? That's fine. But, yeah, you're being shot. And I sent you back up here. So when these guys start trying to climb up the wall here, we can just shoot them. These guys are far enough back and nothing's really going on. That's fine. But yeah, this is the problem. Fast-moving infantry can sometimes kind of catch those cavalry out of position. So we just took a fair whack of damage right there. You just keep on keeping on. Shoot these guys some more. But yes, we basically both just knackered the other because just look at that pile of corpses. Ridiculous. I love this unit. It's so silly. So, right. You just get into position here. And I want you to just shoot these guys. And then afterwards, retreat. So, yeah. Nice and slow and steady. Nice and slow and steady. When the job is done, I want you to back away. So, guys. Guys. Completely not what we wanted. So, this is the problem with Dondabus Cavalry. Honestly, you really need them to have, like, you know, support. Something else to pin them in place. Otherwise, that happens, where they just can't fire in time. Though, if we're lucky, yeah, sooner or later, you guys are going to get a bit tired, and that will be fine, because then you'll slow down. So, okay, hang on. Who's fleeing precisely? Oh, the archers, who I forgot to, like, you know, pull off the wall and whatnot. Yeah, you know what? That's my bad. Fair enough. Right, deploy the Onobushi over to here in order to just deal with those guys while the guns fire from above. You get over to here. Just hit those katana samurai. That is fine. And you, just to move forward the tiniest amount, and yeah, fire on anyone that you can gain access to. But over here, meanwhile, yeah, these guys just aren't really doing anything right now. They're just exchanging a fire. And they are being worn down. Okay, I think this is working pretty well so far. How's this nonsense going, by the way? So, right. You've just been badly shot, but then again, you're taking damage too, so... Okay, the Dondabus Cavalry. Slightly struggling without any support whatsoever. They've now activated sprint mode. Good for them. But yeah, you just can't really leave these guys on skirmish because, you know, they would actually skirmish away before they actually get the opportunity to fire. So, you just deal with that. That's fine. We'll heal you up later. It's all going to be not a problem. And you, meanwhile, hang on. What are you even doing? You're probably just shooting our own bow units, aren't you? And also you're probably under fire from the archers over here. So that is fine. Probably, yes. At this point, we send down one more unit to support. You guys should be doing... wavering, you say? You shouldn't be wavering. General, get over here, so you're, like, going to be assisting a bit more. But yeah, their samurai are going to be taking a fair whack of damage here. They're basically tossing all their infantry at these walls. And I don't think they're going to do much good, because they're just going to be constantly under fire from the gun units. Over here, meanwhile, I think, honestly, yeah, it's time for us to send out one unit of Katana Samurai to support. And you are just doing a good job, too, just knackering everybody. Keep on. Dondabus Cavalry. No! That was precisely the opposite direction. Dear oh flipping dear. Right, you just get over here. Honestly, just keep these guys busy for the time being. And yes, then we've got one unit of samurai here who can just mosey around the corner, take out these idiots. Some bow samurai moving up to climb at the walls. So if you guys are doing that, deploy some of my own katana. Then again, actually, I feel like some of these katana could be doing more good work. Gosh darn it, you were completely slaughtered by bows, weren't you? No, spearmen. Fair enough, to be honest. That makes sense, yes. So, okay. All we need to do now is... hang on, things are not going quite as well as I was hoping for in this particular scenario. So hang on. There's some shaken katana samurai right here. you come and assist with that, while you guys fall back to the next wall over here. This is going a-okay. There's a bomb throwers. We should be shooting them down. Yes, Dondabus Cavalry, maybe not doing their best work inside an actual city siege, as it turns out. So, okay. You stay up here. That is fine. These guys are... Hang on, you're a-okay. Some of you guys are already, yes, a little bit on the wounded side. You are okay, but you're being shot. So, yeah, honestly, my gunners are just firing down at anything and doing good work. So, guys. I need you to take out this unit, please, because they are clearly tossing bombs at my unit. So, there we go. That's a bit of good work right there. Beautiful. So, you're wavering, broken, etc., etc. Turn your attention over here, if you'd be so kind. So, yeah, at that point, this army's starting to look a little bit on the ragged side. That's beautiful. My katana samurai are moving in to mop up you. How are you guys doing, by the way? You're just like, you know, chilling out here and then... Why are you positioned like that? Don't be positioned like that. That's weird. So, okay. This unit's about to be seen off. That is fine. You could do better work over on this side. You're over here dealing with these guys who are shaken and not going to be around for too much longer. You guys get over to here. See these guys off because my bow samurai are fighting their bow samurai. You are not actually doing anything right now. So... move around here so you can shoot this bow samurai. That is fine too. So, right. Feels to me like, yes, just using the power of gunpowder up on the walls, their main force on this side is now just starting to fall apart. We've taken some casualties, but as you're well aware, we can just heal those off in literally no cocking time. So, right. What's going on here? I think actually, yes, we are a-okay for the time being. Aside from, right... The bow Ashigaru are now being a bit of a problem, because they're just firing up onto our units, and our bows are now too far away to do anything. I mean, too far away or too dead, one or the other. Right, we need these guys chased off, though. Oh, they're sending in the generals at this point. Good. So, okay. Just accept the fact we're being fired upon, because it's worth it to be able to, you know, take out their generals right now. Their generals are going to be slaughtered. So, you, get over here, take out this general. You, over here, take out this general. There's more generals here as well. Yeah, when the time is right, in fact, you know what, you guys, hang on, you guys, some of you are actually climbing the walls right now. Good. Katana Samurai the next. You just go and intercept them, because they are definitely climbing up right now. So yeah, these generals are going to collapse in no time whatsoever. This front should be basically locked down at this point, right? Yes, that should be fine, though.
My lord!
You were on skirmish mode. Literally, I put them onto skirmish mode, so that's fine. You just stay on the ground over here. You just move into position as well. You guys get over to here. You guys get over to here. Yeah, just to reform up. There's more Yari Samurai coming from this direction, but they are now exhausted, so this should not be a huge problem. And okay, what's actually left at this point? I don't know. I think possibly all their generals died while we were looking over there. Beautiful. So, right. You just take care of these losers. You are running for it. So, okay. I think we flipping got them. There we go. Job done. Though, more casualties than I was expecting, I'll admit. And I tell you what, I'm going to call this a huge win, because the only unit that actually died completely was the garrison unit. So, that's fine. They just literally regrow overnight anyway. And bloody hell, only 25 men are remaining out of that army. That's pretty good, actually. And every time they come in, my unit just gets stronger and stronger. Right, so that's your daimyo taken out, and also the heir to your daimyo, and also his brother. So that's some good bloody work taken care of in terms of your family tree, though. Okay, here comes, hang on, are you the new daimyo by any chance? That's the new daimyo! Okay, he's decided he wants to, yes, prove himself by moving straight in and taking his on or whatnot, so... You know what? I welcome you attempting it, because, yeah, this time, you've got a lot less in the way of bows. So, and again, my bows are pretty much dead. Right, I think I know what we want to do here. Let's assume a pretty standard distribution of units. So, yeah. Their archers may well be coming from the south. So we just, yeah, lay out our own arch units to deal with them. They're only the ones with at least, like, you know, half their strength. Apart from the samurai units, they could just, you know, stand and fight. That's fine. And meanwhile, on the northern front, right. Let's actually just send our guns in to do a nice bit of lovely, sexy work on the outskirts. Because I suspect there's going to be, yeah, limited or no archers over here. Then when the time is right, send in our newly regrown Onabushi. Beautiful. Maybe just like one unit of Katana Samurai, just to hold the liner for a second. But mostly, we'll just be falling straight back to tier 2. Just give them tier 1. It doesn't flipping matter. As soon as they get close, we just pull all the guns back, and then set them up again on tier 2. Let them come to me. Unless, of course, they're distributed... Oh... Okay, I've been bamboozled. So, all of them are coming from the south. Meaning they're walking into my bows at the minute. The bows are on this side. So, okay, honestly, if that's the case, then it might be better to, yeah, redeploy you over to here, say. You can stay where you are. That is fine. You can probably just fall back to over here. That's a-okay, but yeah, we need to get those gunners moving. They need to be, yeah, not where I was expecting. Well, bare minimum, my archers are in a good position, so they could just open a fire in a moment, do some lovely fire arrows, etc., etc. Take out, yeah, some of these stupid losers, though. Okay, they're also going to be fired upon from various angles. So, okay, it's going to take me a moment to reposition all of my troops, but that's fine. Once my troops do get into a good position, this will be a-okay, probably. Honestly, everyone just fall back from tier 1. Tier 1's not going well. The important thing is, don't be wiped out, because then we can, like, you know, fix you up as time goes by. Just send a couple of samurai units down to the low ground, primarily just to keep these guys busy, so my gunners, who are moving into position on the walls right now, can, yes, keep firing for a little bit longer. And in particular, hang on, do you guys even know how to stand and fight? No, you don't know stand and fight yet. Brilliant. So, don't worry about that. That is a-okay. We've got all sorts of bits and pieces here. You guys get over here. You, just like, you know, inspire them. That is fine. Bit of inspiration. Lovely. So you just take those guys out. And yes, the gunners should be moving into position momentarily. Honestly, yeah, send down a little bit more just to back them up. You are inside the general's radius, so that is fine. And there we go. The gunfire is now coming down. So, right. Guys, you get into position over here. I want you guys firing on these idiots. We've got bow samurai here. You take out their bow units on the low ground. We've got you over here. You take out these idiots. That should be fine. We've got, yeah, some small bow units up on the high ground. You just do some fire arrows as well. You fire arrows too. Yeah, just to keep firing on all of them. Send more katana samurai downwards. But yeah, now my gunners are in a good position. These guys are going to be in a flipping trouble in no time at all. There we go, my elite garrison units are moving in, tearing the hell out of your katana samurai with a gunfire raining from above. Do enjoy gunfire just raining from above with the wall defenses. It's lovely. So, okay, one unit is already wavering. Everybody is inside the protective radius of the general, which is beautiful. I should have, yeah, more units just raining down a fire on these stupid idiots anytime now. In fact, actually, you know what? I think we're in a pretty good position right now. You guys appear to be falling apart a bit, so... you guys just standing at the bottom shooting up at me. I think you are as well. So, right. Their main force has actually collapsed at this point. So, get over here, out the way, and yeah, just bait their units forward a bit so we can start shooting them with my guns. Because, oh yeah, there we go. There we flipping go. We've now got guns on the outer walls shooting down at archers. Guns versus bows, you stupid losers. Good luck. Question is, are they going to be... yes, they are going to be stupid enough to send in their own generals to die miserably in the face of overwhelming gunfire. Well done, guys. Right, to reposition my gunners to start shooting down on them. Send in, yes, the lovely sexy Onabushi, because if you take damage, it literally doesn't matter. You'll just regrow next turn, and look at that. That's Katana Samurai right there, being torn to shreds, already flipping, yes, shattered. And then there is one general. We can just fire down on you. Beautiful. So, oh, guys. This isn't going to go well for you, though. They are still firing at us from the flipping low ground. Though we're firing back on them with our guns as far as we can. So, yeah, just continue using, like, flaming arrows and whatnot, if that's possible. Yeah, anyone who's got flaming arrows, use them, please. This is a bit of an awkward angle, to be honest, Jazz. And looks to me like the last few units are being fired upon, panicking, etc., etc. And there we go. Army losses kicks in, and the last few units naff off into the snow. Beautiful. And not a single unit was lost, which is very important because, sure, these units are now very battered, but that doesn't matter. They will grow back in, like, a turn or two. That is not an issue. So, right, that's like the third daimyo of the Hojo we've taken out in a row, given, yes, we killed the daimyo, then his heir during the first fight here, so, okay, this is going very well for me, actually. Still, the Hojo are annoyingly going to strike back at sea with yet more cocking a boat. So, retreat if you can, my friends, and good job. Yeah, retreated to a good defensive position behind the main fleet. Very clever. As for the Ikko Ikki, I think, yes, they're currently trying to deal with various issues related to, you know, Christian rebellions that I may or may not have started. Then there is just a bigger fight going on between Metsukes and my priest, etc., etc. More cooking of bloody pirates coming in, obviously. And okay, I think the one surviving enemy ninja over by flipping a bison was just caught and executed while trying to cause some trouble around... Never mind, you're definitely not dead. So hang on, where's the better cooking assassin? You go in, try and deal with him. 50-50 apparently, so... go on, buddy. I believe in you. You could do this. We need to deal with the bloody Hojo assassin, so... okay, slightly different video on this occasion. We're just picking our way through some... I was about to say corpses, but no, probably just sleeping people, so... don't wake up a random person. This is embarrassing incompetence. Right here. Just kill him! Kill him as well, it's fine, so... this is extraordinarily bad ninjaing right here. Okay, bare minimum, he didn't die. So that's positive right there. Send in the other ninja, see if you could do better, 25%. We need this guy to die, he's causing a lot of trouble right now. And okay, you didn't kill him, but you did wound him, so he's been sent back to home base. Good. We won't be seeing him for quite some cocking time. And you leveled up from that. That was only 25%. Well done, sir. So, okay. Let's get these guys, yeah, a little bit upgraded. Chance of detection when unsuccessful. That is fine. And yeah, once again, let's just make them better at spying, better at murder, etc., etc. But yeah, when they damage a building, it is bloody expensive to repair. That ate most of my income this turn, which is no good at all. So, right. Over in a bison, check out what the army is doing. Already up to blimey. Pretty much just one more turn, you'll be ready to go. And you, sir, are doing very well, actually. So, okay, up to... Tier 3, so you can't have stand and fight just yet, which is unfortunate. But you could have, yeah, what do we want to do here? Bonus command when? Okay, that's attacking. Honestly, you're doing more defending, aren't you? Though I tell you what, actually, being a strategist at level 3 gives you a big increase to your general influence radius, which... if your job is just to stand at the top of the castle and project morale downwards... is not actually that bad. So, yeah, we'll give you a cavalry commander, purely because yeah, that will get you towards field defender next time. So that's fine. So, okay, what's left of the Ikko Ikki armies is, I believe, over here at this point. They just fought off, yeah, a Christian rebellion that I created. But as a result, Hoki here is pretty much completely undefended. So, deploy one army to go and occupy this territory. Though we need to be careful when we're moving in. Because, basically, yeah, these territories are going to be 0% Christian. Then again, actually, maybe not, because the Mako might have briefly owned this territory. Still, move in, auto-resolve, deal with this nonsense. We should just be able to shoot these guys down. And yeah, we can hold here pretty nicely, because we've got plenty of bows, plenty of guns. You've also leveled up a little bit. Well done, buddy. Wait, were you even a general? How long has there been a general here? Okay, there's a general here. So, right. +1 command during ambushes. No, you can have bonus loyalty just for safety, though you're already very loyal, as it turns out. If only because, yes, my daimyo is very honourable. And once again, yeah, honestly, you may as well just have a strategist. You might need it going forwards. Luckily, the castle is cheap to repair, and, okay, that's just a basic fort. So this is going to be much harder to hold on to than the other structures we've got further south. Yeah, send that priest around to this territory, just to keep an eye on you. Right, that's still owned by Christian rebels, but very badly beaten up Christian rebels. So, in theory, we could just go and take that. But there is another army here as well. This is kind of how the Ikko Ikki work. Just loads of small basic armies cocking everywhere. Still, Bison appears to be under control for the time being. I should have sent one of my ninjas around the corner just to keep an eye on what's going on. But, okay, you know what? What we could do instead would be, hang about, just send this ship to the flipping port here. And finally, yeah, my general and all these troops are ready to come ashore. So, okay, sir. You've done very well so far, but this guy is just objectively better. If only because he's literally got the bonus morale retainer, which is really solid. So, right. You, sir, fall back to the secondary army in Bitchu. You come and lead this primary force here. I think we've also got, yeah, so one spare. You didn't need the entire army. The entire army you could have just, like, you know, not bothered with. That's fine. You guys just mosey back over here. Sorry, I just meant to bring, like, you know, the main guy, actually. And yes, do I want to bring you more guns, more bows, more samurai, or more cavalry? I mean, honestly, the mega cavalry, they could just charge in and murder anything. Oh, go on, why not? And given what we've just seen, I'm going to send one unit of Dondibus over here to heal, and the other unit of Mega Cavalry can come and join in here as well, actually. So, no. Send the Mega Cavalry, I know they can make it, because, yeah, if we send those guys round together, where, you know, the spear guys charge in, the katana guys engage, then the Dondibus come round the back and shoot, that might work a lot better, yes. And okay, with those troops are now moved, let's just bring you, my friend, over here. Because you'll be able to spy on this road, and, okay. Nothing in this territory. Small army here, not really in a position to do anything, aside from maybe take this town from Christian rebels. But, honestly, pretty happy with what we're seeing so far. Especially with, yeah, one decent army slowly forming up here. Not sure what to do with you yet, precisely. We'll have to say. But yeah, we've also got, hang on. Are any of you guys transporting an army? No, I think you're just literally trying to, you know, rebuild your fleet right now. And I'm gonna say, no actually, no you're not, that's not allowed. So okay, the two ships are just naffed off into the deep ocean. So they'll be, yeah, taking attrition. Some of the other boats went in this direction, including, hang on, just check, no flipping army there. Okay. We could just a mosey straight past all of you stupid losers, because you've retreated into port, and with these guys here, there's not much you can really, like, do to sneak past me, because I've still got this force right here as well. So yeah, just ignore these guys, we'll work straight past them, and then, in just a flipping second, there we go. One flipping gold mine. Though annoyingly, there is actually, yes, one small army present in that town. So you know what? Maybe therefore that's not where we attack, and maybe we go and attack over here, and just like, you know, take some of these settlements. They're not very valuable, but what that will do is draw this army out of their castle. That's a proper castle right there. So we do not want to be going up against even a small army, especially given that's probably mainly samurai, and this is not even a full stack of primarily Ashigaru. This army wants to be hitting softer targets. So yeah, just to pull you back to here to make sure nothing sneaks past any of these lads. But yeah, just find a good place to put those guys down, find a nice soft target, move in, burn it down, don't even worry about it. And also, up north, make sure we chase down the flipping Takeda Navy. If we just pick it off while it's small, and as a result, yeah, it won't be able to form up into anything nastier. And yeah, as we ought to resolve these, we're losing the odd weak boat we probably just got from, you know, absorbing it out of another fleet, but we're replacing it with other captured units. So honestly, we're not actually losing anything in the grand scheme of things. And occasionally just toss, yeah, weak units into the enemy, because honestly, I don't want to be paying for them anymore, so that's a-okay. Especially when we've got, yes, fresh, just repaired fleets coming round the corner, just to, yes, close the flipping trap on you stupid losers. And I will say, as we slowly just capture more and more trade ships and toss them into my own trade fleets, the economy is starting to recover a fair bit here. Also, I just realised something. So, I think like 2 episodes ago, an assassin killed a character, and I responded by saying, wait, who was that? Was he important? He was the Mega Priest, the one with the very fanciest hat, because, yeah, right now, my best priest is this guy. And you were definitely not the Mega Priest who was like, you know, my first wonderful priest, who has done so much good work for me, so, okay. I'm not happy about that. I'm pretty sure, yes, that's an assassin belonging to these stupid losers over here. So now, you die next, okay? You have displeased me by doing that. And okay, while this isn't really what I should be doing, I'm gonna send, yeah, you know what, actually just one of these trade ships round the corner over here, just to spy for me. So, okay, that's Takeda. That's fine, they'll probably attack me in a second. But yeah, what we've got here is, okay, a stronghold, tier 2, right here belonging to rebels, and that's fine. But more importantly, that is a proper fortress, tier 3. So I'd say there's an argument for saying, yeah, take this army, roll it up to here, then hold there while we Christianize this area. And then once that's done, consider moving forward even further. But yeah, once we take out you, if you're just a rebel, then at that point, yeah, the Ikko Ikki will mostly have been kicked out of the north. Oh yeah, completely in fact. They'll have nothing left but the stuff down south. Do bear in mind, by the way, just because we're in Realm Divide doesn't mean we necessarily have to stay in Realm Divide forever. Like, everyone is allied, declared war on me, etc, etc. But if I offer them favourable enough terms, the Ikko Ikki would be willing to make peace and also resume trade with me. Though, yes, on this occasion, the only way they're willing to do that is if I toss a hostage in their direction, one of my children. And they will probably, you know, backstab me, betray me, resume the war pretty damn soon. So, yeah, it's not ideal, but it is something you do need to keep in mind. Like, we're not locked in war with everybody forever. Everyone's declared war on me, but in theory, we might be able to push some of them into a favourable settlement or something. It's also worth keeping in mind that the AI will just happily execute hostages as if it's nothing, okay? You're not going to be seeing that kid again if you send it over as a hostage to a foreign court. That kid's getting executed, so, yeah. Worth keeping in mind, possibly, yeah, if we just keep pushing them here, we might be able to resume peace and trade with them a bit down the line. Still, keep on keeping on, and let's see what's coming up next. So, okay, they've definitely spotted that I'm doing some chicanery with an army and a fleet. close by to their economic heartlands, and okay, that's hilariously 4 trade ships attacking my 1 trade ship, so we're going to lose, but fine. Thank you for exposing the fact you've got 4 trade ships to me. I'll be coming to collect those later. And okay, as for the Ikko Ikki, who are my primary adversaries at the moment, I'd say nothing too dramatic just for the minute, though. Okay, you've got a real problem with my priest, don't you? You just keep attacking my priest over and over again, and I don't appreciate it. Oh, but hello, sexy. We just mastered the final farming arts. Though I will admit, some of our fleets are getting a bit, battered. So, right. We ideally need to, well, actually, you know what? I was about to say take some time out to replenish. No, actually. What we could do instead, much more efficiently, is, yeah, send some of our best and most experienced units off to form a new fleet over here. Lend, obviously, the flipping Nanban trade ship and whatnot into that nonsense. Just to send you for repairs, my friend. You just join into these guys, and there we go. Brand new functional fleet. Lovely. Now, the Hojo are doing a good job putting their fleets back together, too. Okay, possibly, yeah, this fleet actually needs to move in this direction. Make sure the Hojo don't approach any of my cocking trade nodes, because, okay. We can take out you, that's fine, but this is a small defensive fleet, really, and when I say we can take out you, possibly we can't, actually. Never mind, it was a decisive victory. Hooray for me. So, right, you just get shuffled off in that direction. That's fine. But yeah, I'm a tiny bit concerned about, these Hojo forces right here. So, okay. Do some repairs. Get some new boats moving in that direction. How on earth have we not got enough boats? We've got so many boats. Actually, you know what? Less boats than we used to have. I think some of them have, like, you know, sunk. Meanwhile, back at Bison, right. Pretty much back up to full strength, and no sign of any additional armies moving in this direction. Which does make me wonder whether, yes, we could just move forward a bit and take a bit of land off you, good sir. I mean, bare minimum, it would deny you a port. And you possessing a port is bugging me right now, so you know what? With the benefit of, yeah, this boat here, keeping an eye on various bits and pieces, Juicer, you can just walk over here so you can board that ship at this port and whatnot, so we've got a second army ready to move in as well. I think I'm happy to actually, yeah, send this huge army forwards to take this settlement. It's only a basic fort, but honestly, yeah, we'll be fine in a fort, because I don't see anything around here that seems particularly scary. Okay, before you do that, John, maybe just, like, you know, let your spies get round the corner. Their job is to spy ahead and figure out when it's safe and when it's not, so can't help but notice the army that was here appears to be gone. So that's bloody nice, you know what? Get some troops ashore right here. So, okay. We've now got a big old army ready to go. And yeah, if the Hojo trying to move westward, just chase their boats into the deep water so they take attrition. That's fine. Though yeah, we've got a bit of a stalemate right now here in Hoki, so never mind. 89% Christian, as it turns out. These guys would be finer with me just rocking straight on something else. The problem is, yeah, there's troops down here as well. They could just roll in and take Hoki. And I've not been training new troops because, you know, I can't really afford to at the minute. Then again, the economy's recovering. But you, sir, you've run out of movement points, haven't you? No, never mind. I thought you had, because you were, like, you know, sitting down and whatnot. If I move in and attack you, we should know what you are right now. That's a basic troops for the most part. Yeah, that would pull your troops out of the city. Do I want to make this happen? Like, this is not my best army. And then again, it's not a spectacular army we're going up against either. Screw it. I'm going to make it happen. You, sir, are moving forward right now because, yeah, it's a lot of Ashigaru, which is fine, but actually, in the grand scheme of things, So really not that much. And again, I'm not that much either. The ace up my sleeve, however, is gunpowder. I've got guns, and more importantly, I've got Donbas cavalry. Yari Ashigaru are amazing, but bear in mind, their strength is holding still and being closely budged together, which is precisely what Donbas cavalry want to say. And I suspect if I take advantage of, the forest on this map, I might be able to bait them forward into attacking me. Oh yeah, this is a perfect terrain for, a big gunpowder ambush. Because here's what the enemy's gonna say. One exposed general just sitting in the middle of a forest, completely unguarded, his army mysteriously absent. Because generals can't hide. So what I'm hoping we're going to see is them reacting to that by rushing forward to attack me. No, okay, they're falling back for now. But I'm thinking they're only doing that because they want to join it with, the reinforcements. Okay, tragically on this occasion, they don't appear to be taking the bait. However, let's just have a little look-see at their liner here, because they're drawn up very, very wide indeed. I reckon if I just send, a kill team out of my cavalry, that might actually bait them forward a bit, because if they see exposed cavalry, they might want to go and try and hit it. And if I could just get up onto the high ground over here, my Donbas cavalry could just appear out the forest, hit the Ikko Ikki Yari Ashigaru, and then disappear again before their archers can really do anything about it. Bare minimum, they're moving. They've definitely seen what I'm doing and, are responding to it by turning their line around a bit. So, if we're lucky, maybe we can just get forward, pick off a few units while they're just figuring out what their new line ought to look like. So, okay. Where are the archers right now? I think the archers are way out of position, so okay. Deploy these guys forward. Let's see what we can maybe do to, just get some nice, easy shotgun blasts in against these losers. You know what? I'm not sure this is going to work because, hang on. Hang on. I think this might work, actually, because I think they're sending cavalry to deal with us. So, okay. You guys just reposition. I want you to hit that light cavalry. I want you to fall back in this direction quick as you can. So, okay. What we're going to do is we're just going to slam into the side of that cavalry. Then we're just going to turn around and... Guys! With shotguns! You've got shotguns! Use your shotguns! Just turn around! Use the shotguns! Okay, never mind. They've basically already, lost at this point. So pull out! Pull out now! Back away! Just... Right, that light cavalry is broken. You've got shotguns, guys. I swear you've got guns. Please use them. Okay, but now what they're doing is sending, their own archers forward in an attempt to hit my cavalry because they've seen they can outrange them. So what we're going to do is countercharge with my cavalry, specifically the light cavalry, see if maybe we can get some nice, easy light hits here. So, okay, this is good. Hit you. You guys just get into a good position over here. The light cavalry can... Guys, pull back. Get out of the way. Get out. Guys, your one job was to hit those cocking Ikko Ikki bastards. Come on. Just to slam into them. You'll do good work right there. So, right, take them out. You guys move forward. There is... That's light cavalry, but... Oh, this is... No, now we're stuck at the bottom of... Oh, dear. This could go a little bit on the wrong side. So, right, one of you, get over here, please. One of you, get over here. I need some of you to consider using your guns, please. I need somebody to consider using... Oh, this has got a bit wrong. This has all gone a little bit on the... You've got guns! I swear you've got them, Donbas cavalry. They either basically, are the most ridiculous dominant force on the battlefield, or they fail to do anything. It's kind of hard to say which it's going to be. I'm telling you guys, just go here, fire. You've got guns. You can do this. I swear you can. There we go. You've immediately been very badly hurt. Good. Move forward, and actually, you know what? You're actually wavering. Well done. Get over to here. Hit these guys. Where are the next unit? There we go. You're now moving in too. Okay. this is working, kind of, aside from the fact that we're, like, you know, being torn apart by their archers right now. You! Take a step forward. You! Take a step forward. Do they even have any more cavalry? I'm not sure they do. Get over to here just to form a big wide line. Hit you guys. That is fine. I want you to get over to here. You've decided to just walk into position, which is no good at all. Hit these losers if you can. So, okay. Well, like, you know, firing at them a little bit. You are struggling. There's more cocking archers. John, this has been a terrible idea in general. This has been a bad idea. Just pull your cavalry out and, yeah, see if you can just lead them into the hills or something. This has not gone desperately well. Okay, one nice thing, which is, I think they've basically gifted me a free unit of archers here. Because, yeah, most of them have pulled back. One decided to pursue. So, yeah, just get in over here, shoot them, hit them with the surviving light cavalry. We should be a-okay. So you just stop there. You just stop there. And, yes, fire with your guns. Go on. I believe in you. You can do this. You can do this. Go on. You've got guns. Feel free to use them. And there we go. Guns! I knew you had guns. Well done, lads. Good job, team. Right, few more shots, they decide to naff off, so bare minimum, what we've done here is, yeah, take out most of their archers. Not all, but most. And that is very, very good indeed, because I've still got loads of archers at the rear. So, yeah, if I just basically bring my main army forward, and honestly, yeah, you guys can now move forward. That is fine. Just start advancing onto the plain, please. That's fine. Yeah. We could just start now advancing and out-archering them. Archer versus archer. We will now win. Hilariously, they appear to still be, yes, determined to feed units into my flipping horses, despite the fact there's barely any left. So, yeah, just some spearmen walking into range here. Beautiful. So, lads, just to get out your guns, open a fire on them, wipe out, like, you know, a third or a half of the unit, immediately start retreating because we are under fire. Back up to the top of the hill, rinse and repeat. We're just, like, you know, doing... That was like a third of their unit in a single volley, and these guys are badly wounded. There's also one other thing I think we should do, which is, yeah, now we're not ambushing them in the forest. There's no point in my guns being in this secondary line, because they won't be able to fire over the heads of, yeah, the flipping spears. So the gunners are going to be moved into, yes, a little sideline up in the hills over here, where, yeah, they could just charge down and hit these guys in the flank when the time is right. One nice advantage to this, yes, little cavalry diversion is their forces have been constantly running around redrawing up their positions. And it's a very hot summer day. They're exhausted. So, I'd say let's advance forward into bow range. Their archers are now moving into position. My archers can return a fire as well. Activate flaming arrows across the board. And with their archers are now taken care of and their cavalry dealt with previously, that means we can now start advancing with our guns at their flanks. Because they've got nothing that can really counteract those guns, to be honest. We can just basically slowly push in, deal with these stupid idiots, because, yeah, we've already taken out all of the gun counters. Aside from one general unit who does not want to be walking into this nonsense, let me flippin' tell you. So, yeah, now all of a sudden, their entire line has to rotate to deal with the fact I'm moving in on the flank, which they are not enjoying. But, yeah. These guys are going to be torn to shreds right here. Now, they're hitting my Yari Ashigaru too, absolutely. But, hang on. Where's this general going right now? Because if he wants to be walking into, yeah, gun range, I say, flipping, let him. What are you doing, my friend? Are you going to attempt to walk into gun range? Yes, you are! Yes, you flipping are! And as a result, you've been shot. You've been shot from every single angle. Now we just send some more units over to here. Shoot you up the arse. No trouble, good sir. Just to turn you around. Send in the light cavalry. Fire on your own men. Firing on your own men is a-okay under the circumstances. Don't even worry about it. So, there we go, down to 18, etc., etc. Archer versus archer fire is occurring. Their general is wavering. We can now just begin pushing even further forwards with our gun units, and the nooses are flipping tightening. Their archer line is collapsing. After that, they've got nothing but, yeah, basic spears. And those spears cannot advance into our spear line. It's not going to work out for them. And yeah, their general at this point is dead. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, they're literally advancing into the gun lines right now. And if they want to try, I say let them. They are breaking before they even get to us. So, yeah, just open a fire, murder them, bring the Dondabus cavalry round to shoot them in the side. That's the most effective angle anyway. Yeah, they're now sending everything they've got over here. But with their general dead and them being fired upon and other breaking units nearby, oh, they're not going to be having a good time here. No, very much not. So, okay. They are collapsing, wavering, etc., etc. You just fall back a tiny amount here. You fall back a little bit too. My archers, by the way, are definitely going to be ready for a little bit of flaming arrows. Never mind. No, they're not. It's just on the sea that flipping flaming ammo comes back in no time whatsoever. On land, takes a little bit longer. So, right, what else is left? You are wavering. We'll just pull you back while more units pile in. And yes, we're just laying down fire, archers, everything. There's nothing these idiots could do. They're being picked apart and... oh, I love to see it. This is proper Empire Total War stuff right here. A big, long line of guns slowly closing in around them. And they are now collapsing. Beautiful. I do just enjoy going down onto the ground and watching Matchlock Ashigaru blowing the hell out of retreating units. It's just a thing of beauty. So, okay, tragically, we did lose one unit of light cavalry. But hang on, let's just check the scoreboard here. Dondabus cavalry, 200 cocky kills each. Well done, guys. Meaning, as a result, you guys retreated to the city, though, yeah. There's not that many of you left at this point. Gosh darn it, we can't quite make it in time. Which is a shame, because, yeah, you're actually going to replenish pretty fast. There's now going to be a tougher force waiting for me inside. Okay, well, you know what? I'm having at least one town today, so... main army, prepare to advance. We're moving in to Harima. Screw it, I'm having one more port in this bit of the world, because not appreciating how many bloody ships keep popping up out of nowhere. So okay, move in, occupy territory, no problemo whatsoever. And obviously, yes, send in the secondary army to Bison to make sure that place does not end up massively overexposed. So there we go. Not the best army, absolutely, but yeah, still more than good enough to defend a proper stone castle when the enemy can't even really make it to us anymore. Still, I would say with progress on all fronts, how about we call it a punt there? But next time... right, I think the backline action is about to begin. We have now got one decent, if not spectacular army chilling out right here, deep behind enemy lines, and I don't really see much here that could possibly stand in its way. And don't forget, we've got more armies ready to just move in and begin taking a few territories as well, so, okay. The ball is now rolling. I suspect next time, yes, we can start making some very, very fast progress towards a flipping Kyoto. So hopefully you join me for that. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerds. And this has been the delightful Shogun 2 Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
This guy's enjoying that. This guy's enjoying his elephant a bit too much. In Fair Verona, we set our scene. Oh my god, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big.
They've managed to glitch inside one of the buildings. Elephants in the rear! And then in come the chariots!